Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I want to share you my really simple and quick stir fry recipe. So I usually cook the stir fry ahead of time during the weekend and to prepare for the lunch for the entire week. So you can even freeze it, reheat it later. So it's very convenient. I'll probably only take like 20 minutes, and then you have your entire week of lunch covered. So to make this, here's what you need. You're gonna need some vegetables. I usually just use a frozen vegetable from Costco's, but feel free to use like canned vegetables, whatever you like. I like this one because it has corns and the peas and the carrots. I like corns more, so I'll add some extra corns. Um, and then certainly you need the rice. I cook the rice ahead of time. Usually it works better if you cook ahead of time and then you kind of leave it in the fridge overnight, and then they tend to get dry during your stir fry instead of like sticky stir fry. And then I chop up some hams, about 2 cups of hams to increase the flavor of the stir fry. You can use bacon if you like bacon better, depending on your taste. I tend to chop them up like very fine chop. But then if you like big pieces and leave the big pieces. And then I also add some like frozen spinach. If you don't like spinach, you don't have to add it in there. And then last, usually you need to add some eggs. I usually put like 3 to 5 eggs. So let's get started. So the first step is cook the vegetables. So these vegetables, they are frozen, so they probably take like 10 minutes to cook. Um, I'm just gonna dump. So certainly another way is you can microwave the frozen vegetables. It's up to you. But then, if I microwave, gonna take another bowl, and then I'm gonna use this big pan anyway. So I just use a stainless steel pan, the pan I have. You can certainly buy a wok. It's not really necessary. Or if you want to use a cast iron, feel free to do that. I'm gonna add more corn. So, all right. I think that's a good amount of vegetables. And then remember, they tend to get smaller and less. They are frozen. There's a lot of ice chunk in there. Once they get cooked with a lot of water, so it's not much as what it looked by now. So vegetable takes about 10 minutes to cook. This is probably the longest time you're gonna have to wait. And after 10 minutes, we'll come back. All right, so at this point, the vegetable is fully cooked. So the next thing I'm gonna put is some spinach. So the spinach is frozen, but then they usually take less time to cook. So that's why I like to put them later instead of at the beginning with the rest of the frozen vegetables. And then this is my chopped ham, and certainly if you like bacon, feel free to put them. So one thing you want to make sure is at the end of your vegetable cooking, you want your pan to be kind of dry. So if you see too much water from your frozen vegetable, you're gonna want to kind of turn on your heat to kind of vaporize more water. All right. You see, everything is kind of dry in my pan. So if it's not dry enough, make sure you turn it on. And then the last step is let's put the rice in. And I remember I made this rice yesterday ahead of time, kind of left them in my fridge so that they are drier instead of sticky. And then when you are cooking the rice, you kind of want to actually have very high heat in your pan, and then you need to stir frequently. So in this way, you get really like dry stir fry instead of sticky rice. That's why I mentioned it's very important to keep your pan dry in the end, and in the end of vegetable cooking. And then if you like olive oil, this is the time to add some olive oil. Because remember, before I cook the vegetable, I did not put any oil in there. There's oil. And then seasoning. So I actually only use one seasoning in my stir fry, which is a soy sauce. I don't put anything else in there, um, because I think ham itself provides tons of flavor. And then you have egg and the rice. And then regarding to soy sauce, again, as mentioned in my previous video, kind of my experience, I don't like to talk about like measuring because the soy sauce are very different. Some of them are very salty, some are not. So you kind of need to taste and decide. Good thing is it's always recommended to put less because if the food turn out to be plain, you can always add more, right? If you cook food too salty, then there's no way to resolve the problem. So this one I bought from Costco. It's kind of salty, so I'm not gonna put much. All right. All right. Now, the last thing I'm gonna add is actually eggs. So it might be better if you crack eggs in a bowl and scramble them before you pour them down. But then just for efficiency, because then I have one more bowl to wash, I'm just gonna crack them into this pan. All right. So I got 3 eggs in here. One, two, three. So since I did not just kind of scramble them in a bowl, so in the pan, you're gonna want to try to scramble them. Um, Otherwise, they become poached egg. And then again, the trick to do stir fry is you want a high heat, and then you're gonna stir a lot. So that's why you see me kind of stirring a lot. So I'm probably gonna have to keep doing this for maybe like 2 minutes. This is the most labor intensive part of my recipe. After that, it will be all done, trust me. So all right, so I'm gonna keep stirring. All right, so at this point, I think all the eggs are cooked. And then if you come closer, you can probably see that some of the small egg pieces, they're kind of going around the rice. So very delicious. So I cooked extra time just because all the eggs are cooked. So the stir fry is done. I usually put them in lunch boxes, like individual boxes, and then I freeze some. I leave them in fridge some because I don't want to leave them for the entire week in the fridge. So I probably only leave like 2 to 3 days of lunch in the fridge, and the rest of them I'll freeze and I can reheat them. So let's pack them up and we'll try it out. All right, so my entire pan of stir fry, it can probably fill like 7 of these containers. So that's my 1 week of lunch. So so I usually, I mean, if you like it is, it's great because it has protein. There's egg, there's ham in there. Sometimes I will top it off for with some meat. Sometimes I put a meatball on top of it. Sometimes I cook some ribs on the side. I actually made another video talk about how I made my ribs, like pork ribs in like 10 minutes, so pretty quick. And then sometimes I put a like drumstick or chicken leg in there. I'll probably make another video show you how to do that quickly. But then this is good enough as itself because it has ham and egg in there. And want to try it out? It looks really nice. All the colors and eggs. So, all right. So thank you for watching my video. This is how I usually make my 1 week lunch ahead of time. It's really simple and easy. Only took me like 20 minutes, probably less than 20 minutes. All right. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.